Ladies and gentlemen, this upcoming Tuesday, October the 10th, 2023, we're getting yet again another AEW versus WWE NXT battle. Now, before you get all in your feelings, let me put this out there. Take my opinion with a grain of salt. Always do. Not just mine, actually. Take everyone's opinion with a grain of salt. Don't let it, stress you out. We don't have to agree. Now, what I'm going to say is not really a hot take, but it's kind of leveling the playing field, if you will, and speaking the truth from my point of view, my truth. A lot of people are like, WWE doesn't see AEW as competition. But if they don't see AEW as competition, then why is NXT, bolstering their Tuesday show? Why are they trying to fix up their lineup? Because at the end of the day, they're not competition, right? They're not trying to compete against AEW. So why would NXT switch up the show just to compete, huh? Or the other fans, the WWE is scared. That's why they're adding John Cena and Cody Rhodes to NXT. And then the other guys, NXT is way better than AEW. AEW is garbage. Look, guys, AEW is moving to Tuesday for this week as a special change because I'm sure TBS and TNT is going to have another program in their time slot on Wednesday. So TNT/TBS is prioritizing another show over AEW Dynamite, and they're moving Dynamite to the same time slot. All right, it's gonna happen because TNT covers other sports as well. Okay, NHL season is coming back. MLB playoffs are ongoing. We have NBA season coming back. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's not that AEW is moving to Tuesday to bury NXT. It's not that NXT is bolstering their lineup because they are scared of AEW. Guys, NXT is adding John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Asuka, and Paul Heyman to NXT, obviously to put on a good show and to hype up the fans, to draw ratings, to make sure that they don't go under. They're trying to compete against Dynamite that shifted to another time slot because Dynamite is trying to, please their network by being flexible and willing to provide programming on a different day. And NXT is trying to stay afloat because Dynamite is loaded with main event level stars. They are trying to clearly stay on par because Edge just went to AEW and everyone wants to see what Edge has to say live. So obviously NXT, which is considered the developmental league for WWE, if you will, they need to bolster their freaking lineup to make sure that people still tune in and to make sure that people still talk about it on social media. They are trying to stay relevant, and at the same time, between all of this crazy madness going on, not the nonsense in the wrestling community online, but the real deal here is that WWE is actually shopping NXT and Monday Night Raw. Not necessarily together, but they are trying to shop for wrestling deals on different networks. USA is trying to bid, okay? Amazon, ESPN, ABC, NBC, like all these different networks under the same umbrella, if you will. They are trying to, basically bolster their show so they get a better TV deal to kind of make it seem like anything can happen on Tuesday nights. So it's not just the simple-minded argument, it's NXT versus AEW. WWE sees NXT sees NXT as a show that can beat AEW. AEW is scared. WWE is scared. Like these tribal fans on each side of the fence are just buying into this like stupid idea that it just doesn't make any sense. To me, it's like just common sense, pure logic, and everyone is just on this other narrative. And I'm like, guys, just Google so you see what the hell is going on. AEW Dynamite is not trying to bury WWE, and WWE is honestly not trying to bury AEW. They are trying to just survive and stay relevant on a week where other sports are taking action and are probably going to be talked about more amongst the sports fans. As for wrestling fans, they just want to stay in the mix. And it's competitive. Yes, they are aware of each other. They are aware that they're going up against each other at the same time on the same day. Everyone is acting like this is supposed to be like the Avengers versus the DC Justice League, and it just, to me, it's just like, who is out there creating this false narrative? It just, why do you have to bury either brand to put yourself over? Just like I don't get how people are trying to put AEW over for signing Edge, giving him the spotlight, giving him a chance, as if Edge was doing garbage and bad in WWE. Like if Edge wasn't putting on great performances and promos in WWE. Like if WWE didn't care about Edge. WWE just didn't care to have Edge on a prominent role chasing, the main event scene for the main title. But he did main event shows on SmackDown, on Raw. He was part of major storylines with Judgment Day. Judgment Day was created thanks to Edge. Edge was part of the creative process for his character, and it wasn't all perfect. But calling Edge a traitor because he wants to work with his best friend, because he wants to work a full-time schedule, Edge is all of a sudden an asshole. WWE is all of a sudden smoking because they don't know how to utilize Edge. They don't appreciate Edge. Bro, stop. That's all fake. That's all fake news. Get a grip. NXT is doing great. Dynamite is doing great in their respective worlds. Comparing, like I saw a tweet, and this is, I'm not even kidding, guys. This is ridiculous. I saw a tweet breaking down the spear that Adam Copeland gave in AEW versus the spear that Edge gave in WWE in his final run. And people were actually saying that Edge's spear in AEW was far better, and that he's finally not lazy, and that he's finally doing more with the spear in AEW. And everybody wants to point the finger at Vince McMahon as him being the bad guy, the villain, the one that messed it all up for everybody. And I'm just like, I'm reading this and I'm just like, where is this coming from? Who's putting this out there? Who's in charge of this nonsense? Like, seriously, get a grip. Get a grip. How are we in 2023 and people so delusional? NXT is great for what NXT is trying to be and what they want it to be. Sue me. Having John Cena and Cody, Asuka, Paul Heyman on the same week as AEW Dynamite is not going to end AEW's, career or franchise, or, they're not going to go under, okay? It's about staying on par and afloat and relevant. As for AEW Dynamite, it's all about pleasing the network. It's all about being able to, create programming on a weekly basis, not only satisfying the fans, but satisfying the upper management to continue doing great business together, which is why they are going to end up on HBO Max, the app now called Max. They're going to end up putting, pay-per-views next year from what I'm reading. So this is all to please their own, not just their own fan base, but their own bosses, the TV deals, the rights, and all that bullshit. It's far beyond just AEW versus WWE. I love the conversation. I love making these kinds of videos where we get to address the dumb comments, where we get to, kind of express ourselves passionately. I love the competitive spirit between WWE and NXT, but why does one have to bury the other? Why does NXT have to be bad for AEW to be good, vice versa? Why is WWE signing a former AEW superstar all of a sudden means that superstar is supposed to be viewed as a different, character or a different person? Why is someone signing with AEW all of a sudden so much better? God, it just doesn't make any sense anymore. You know what? Sue me. I want to see CM Punk in WWE. How about that?